Howdy, gang, and welcome to yet another Seductive Poison the Resurgence triple threat review show. And tonight I'm going to be talking about chaos, don't look in the basement, and child's play. But before I get to that, I wanted to talk about a few housekeeping things, tell you what's coming up for the end of the week, tomorrow and the weekend. Um, And then we'll get to these movies and I will go over them, give my rating on them, and then I'll be off like a dirty shirt again. So, so some things that you may not have heard about during the last few videos and streams that I did. Um, And by the way, for anybody that stopped in or was looking for the apples and oranges, talking about Night of the Living Dead 90, I was going to have Chris on there with me. He had a family emergency. Candace's mom became very ill. So she's back home now. Um, so she's on the mend, I think, but um, I just thought that it would be better, since Chris really wanted to be on that stream with me, if I just waited a week or two till it was. Sorry, guys, I'm probably going to have to end up replacing this gaming chair because it tries to lean forward now. I don't know why it's gotten out of whack. But so, anyways, um, Chris really wanted to be on there, so I thought, well, you know, we'll just do it this way, and that way he can be on here with me talking about Night of the Living Dead 90, directed by Tom Savini. And I am so sorry. I start that yawning every time I get on here, and I also complain a lot, don't I? But continue to keep Candace's mom in your thoughts and prayers. Um, and so just wanted to put that out there. Also, I now have a Discord and a Patreon. You can go on the Discord. Um, there's some people on there right now. Um, so I'm going to put the link to the Discord. Well, I can't put the link in the Discord, or the Discord link in there because this isn't live. So I will try to make sure that that is in the description for the video. I've been trying to put that in most of the videos. But the Patreon, or the, gosh, guys, maybe I shouldn't even come on here because I can't get anything straight. The Discord has a lot of different things that people can get on there and discuss. There's already been some threads, or some threads put into the different channels, or whatever you want to call them, for different things. And we have discussions on, we have general discussion where you can just come in there and introduce yourself. Um, movies. This is a place to discuss all types of movies. Doesn't have to be horror movies necessarily. The Book Lovers Nook. This is discussion of all types of books. Again, it doesn't have to be horror. The Music Cellar Dwellers channel. Um, the the cellar is now open for music lovers, so you can get in there and talk about all kinds of music. Yard sale. Please post items you have for sale here. So if there's anything that you want to sell, or something that you want to advertise, this is the place to do it. There's new releases. Sharing is caring. Please share new releases that you think will be of interest. And then boutique labels, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Um, and you can basically go in there and talk about all the different boutique labels. And if there's a channel you'd like me to add to the Discord, please, give me suggestions and stuff. You can leave comments on the video or whatever. Or you can wait until I do a live and you say, hey, Dana. Oh, goodness. I got a suggestion for a channel you could put on the Discord, and the Discord is free for people to join. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to join the Patreon in order to get on the Discord. You just have to click on the invite, accept the invite, create your account, and you should be ready to go. Now, the Patreon I have set up for Deadites on Deck. There are only 3 tiers, and the highest tier is $25. So the $5 tier, this is for the average fan of Deadites on Deck. What's included in that? New members will be recognized via a monthly video shout out. And you also get the ability to vote on upcoming watch alongs and live stream topics, as well as, movies that you might want me to review. The Henrietta Deadite tier, that's $10 a month. This is for the ultra fan of Deadites on Deck. You will get all the perks from the first tier, plus access to exclusive commentaries not available for general consumption, live members only chats, and an exclusive Evil Dead Chick button. And the top tier, $25 a month groovy tier, this is for the hardcore Deadites on Deck fan. This tier includes all the perks of the previous 2 tiers, plus the ability to request certain movies for the Deadites on Deck team to do watch-alongs for, and your choice of an official Deadites on Deck t-shirt, hat, or mouse pad. Okay? And I also wanted to announce again the sister channel to Deadites on Deck, Waiting on Woodstock. Me and Candace will be doing a lot of content hopefully coming up for the sister channel. We were actually going to do some content tonight. However, with Candace's mom becoming very ill yesterday, I told her, I said, well, since this is a pre-recorded thing primarily for Waiting on Woodstock, we can just wait. Nothing is set in stone. I may have to go get something, guys and gals. I thought I ate enough, but I just keep yawning. So what I'm going to do is pause this thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and so I think I talked about everything as far as, upcoming things. Except for the watch-alongs. Now, the watch-alongs, I didn't talk about anything upcoming, did I? So, I will be doing a pre-recorded Terror Time Tea to put out tomorrow morning at some point, so you can watch it at your leisure. And I will be talking about Night of the Creeps and the Unholy. And then Candace and I should be on at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for Friday Foolish. We're going to be talking about favorite horror masks and favorite horror characters. And Saturday and Sunday, and I'm still yawning. I've been wiped out today for some apparent reason. I think work has just been so busy. But the watch-alongs on Saturday and Sunday, both of them starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Saturday's watch-along will be a rescheduled Wes Craven's New Nightmare in honor of the 40th anniversary of A Nightmare on Elm Street. And Sunday's watch along, again, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as well, will be for Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange starring Malcolm McDowell. So be sure to tune in for all of that upcoming. And now we're going to get to these movies. I'm going to try not to yawn too much. I thought maybe it was my blood sugar, and I went and drank some regular wild cherry Pepsi, and I'm still yawning. So not sure what it is, other than just naturally being tired. So we're going to talk about this first movie, Chaos. Okay, the thing about Chaos that disappointed me is that, and if you can notice there, it says to avoid fainting, keep repeating, it's only a movie, it's only a movie, it's only a movie. Now, I know other movies use that, but I believe that Last House on the Left was probably one of the first that used that. Um, and this film, written and directed by David DeFalco, really rips off Last House on the Left, which I'll be totally honest, Last House on the Left for me uh, trumps this movie. And no, I'm not talking about uh, Donald Trump. I'm saying that I feel like Last House on the Left, with even with those goofy scenes with the cops and stuff like that, I still think it's a much better film than Chaos. Chaos tried to take, it seemed like they tried to take all of the really gritty parts from Last House on the Left that everybody that's seen it remembers and slap them in this movie. And tried to outdo outdo Last House on the Left in the violence department. That's what they tried to do. I mainly got it for the drive-in aspect of it because, as you can see, this is one of those drive-in discs. It's a Starlight Drive-In Theater horror double feature. These horror double features were put out by Dark Force Entertainment, which anybody that knows anything about Dark Force Entertainment or oh gosh, now I'm totally forgetting the name of that company. Oh, this is awful. Bill Olsen's company, Code Red. That's what it was. Code Red was Bill Olsen's company. The guy that owns Dark Force Entertainment was good buddies with Bill Olsen from Code Red. And I mean, the second movie on this disc that I'm going to talk about is a lot better movie. Chaos, again, I think it just tries to cash in on Last House on the Left and add more violence to it, if that's possible. Because you got Angelica, 18, is dying. Even for her, the worst is yet to come. Anybody that has seen posters for Last House on the Left will know that's a play or a complete ripoff of Last House on the Left. They also have a warning on here. Chaos is the most brutal, horrifying film ever made. Watch at your own risk. Um, so, because it takes so much from Last House on the Left, I don't think I need to explain the storyline. These girls go out for a girls' night out and they get in trouble. They run afoul of these bad people. And this scene here that you can see right here rips off Last House on the Left. It steals unmercifully from Last House on the Left right there. So, I'm not going to be too hard on it, but I'm not going to be too forgiving of it either. But I am going to give it 3 deadites out of 5. It's, I mean, it's watchable. It's just, I wish they had kind of tried to make it more a different kind of film than to blatantly rip off Last House on the Left. That and that's all I'll say about it. Okay, so the second film by S.F. Brownrigg, directed by S.F. Brownrigg, Don't Look in the Basement. Now, this is from 1973. It's a gritty, clearly a drive-in type of film. And the tagline for this, the day the insane took over the asylum, and they certainly do. We have a nurse, a new nurse who comes to this asylum to work. But what she doesn't know is that the doctor was killed by one of the patients when he allowed the patients to act out on their fantasies. He gets chopped up with an axe, basically, the doctor does. Um, and I'm not making fun or making light of this film when I say this, but I was almost convinced that some of the people were real mental patients, that they weren't acting. Um, because this movie made me really believe that all those people had issues. Um, so you have a woman who, I guess, either her baby died or somebody took her baby away, but she walks around the asylum and sits in her room and sits in a rocking chair, and she rocks this baby doll all the time. And if you take her baby doll, you could end up dead. We also have this man who used to be a judge. He's the guy that axed up the doctor. When this nurse gets there, she sees an older woman dressed like a doctor. They introduce themselves as Dr. Masters. We find out later that this is not Dr. Masters. Dr. Masters was the one who got killed, and this lady was one of the patients in the asylum. So, some very creepy moments in Don't Look in the Basement. It's really made me feel uneasy watching it, but I still enjoy it because it's a very good horror film. It never has, I didn't feel like it had any slow spots in it or anything like that. Some people might have thought some of the patients in the asylum were a little kooky and more humorous than scary, but I found a lot of unsettling parts in this film, and I would highly, highly recommend it over Chaos. If somebody said, no, you got to tell me which one you prefer off of this set, I would say Don't Look in the Basement. But, well, I'll go ahead and give my rating for Don't Look in the Basement. Again, it doesn't have a really complicated plot or anything. I'm going to give Don't Go in the Basement 4 Deadites out of 5, because this one, to me, is quite a bit better than Chaos. I may have been a little generous with Chaos, actually, to be honest. But I think the true reason why I got this, other than I like the film Don't Look in the Basement, is you can have the drive-in experience. And by that, I mean you've got drive-in theater mode with, all the intermissions in it. You can hear sounds like people walking in gravel around you, people talking. And so it really takes everybody back to those drive-in days. If you got to visit the drive-ins when they were big, then you will be nostalgic for this, because I certainly was. Um, so I need to watch both movies actually in drive-in mode. I haven't done that, and I've had this thing for a few years now. So that is Chaos and Don't Look in the Basement. And the last movie I want to talk about is probably more well known to a lot of you that watch my channel, and that's Child's Play. And Child's Play is the story of Chucky, the killer doll, who is possessed with the spirit of Charles Lee Ray, expertly played by Brad Dourif. I couldn't imagine anybody else. Sorry, Mark Hamill. I couldn't imagine anybody else doing the voice of Chucky other than Brad Dourif, as well as playing murderer Charles Lee Ray in the film. So basically, Charles Lee Ray gets shot and he does some kind of voodoo ritual and his soul goes into the doll. This doll gets uh, purchased by a little boy, Andy Barclay's mother, from a uh, homeless guy who sells things that he finds around, and he sells her the doll because her son Andy really wanted a good guy doll for his birthday. Well, things are going along okay, and then we start to notice some strange things about Chucky the doll. That Chucky moves by himself, that he tells Andy certain things, and then Chucky starts killing the babysitter and killing a bunch of other people. And then he finds out that he will be stuck in the doll forever if he does not find someone, a human being, to get inside. And so he picks young Andy for this uh, dubious honor, I guess. And so I really liked this the first time I saw it. Certain things aren't as cool now as they were back when I was a kid, but I still find this fun. I find it nostalgic. Um, I absolutely love Brad Dourif in the role of Charles Lee Ray as well as Chucky, the voice of Chucky. Um, for those of you that are a little wary of dolls in general, I don't know if you would want to watch this. However, I just find child's play a lot of fun, a lot of good, scary, clean fun, right? Um, and so I'm going to go ahead and give this one 5 deadites out of 5 because this, if I had to, talk about all three of these or think about all three of these, which one would be the classic for me? And of course, that would be Child's Play. So I have officially reached the end. When I'm doing these by myself and they're pre-recorded, I don't tend to want to stay on here very long and bore you guys and gals. So I am going to take my leave of you right now. And as I said a little bit earlier, I am off like a dirty shirt. But before I go, I want to remind you to be kind to one another and blaze that trail. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursday, folks, and I will see everybody next time.